I hate to come back at you with that bullshit, but you know what? Your boy Trump, he's fucking at it again, man. Yeah, he is, and went in the media and started talking. The thing about Trump is he's all right, but he can't talk. Like that's his problem. Like, he just can't talk. If he speaks on the microphone, there's like a 80% chance he upset somebody because he's real, I personally, being a person that fails the paper bag test in the summer, um, you know, I think that Trump, I think he, I'm gonna say, I know that Trump he's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to educate people because basically what he's saying is, everybody knows history is bound to repeat itself. Like history rhymes. It doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. So it'll kind of do the same thing over and over if you don't actively try to stop it. Same thing with hypocrisy. I have a theory of hypocrisy and how you will be a hypocrite because you're blind to certain things that you really don't try to focus in and pay attention on. So he's basically saying if you don't focus in and pay attention to what happened, people may forget it altogether, like say 3-4 generations from now, forget that it ever happened, and then try to go about and do something like that again. But the intelligence is too great. Google is everywhere. People learn everything. They know what happened, just like how we learned in history, stuff happened in the 1500s. That recent history is still there. They can rechange it. They're gonna try to rechange it. I mean, I'm pretty sure the new school books are like watered it down to where the slaves may be like labeled as almost workers, type thing. So it is what it is. But basically, as far as Trump goes, yeah, he fucked up. Like, because you don't say it in that context, especially the people who are alive today. People who are alive today know well about what's happening. And so for him to say that we could go back to that means basically he's saying, I'm going to green light the thought that things could change. You know what I'm saying? And so for him to the green light the thought that things are changed, people are going to take offense because thoughts turn into actions. And there's a lot of dumb people out there. So basically, you can't say stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it won't happen in our lifetime. Too many people have too much intelligence now. You could put slavery on somebody who doesn't have intelligence, but nowadays, they'll probably fight back. I mean, it's happening in other countries. Like I think it's still happening somewhere in North Africa. They're still kind of picking and choosing people here and there, which somebody could literally come snatch you up and have you locked up in the basement somewhere down in the middle of who knows where, Epstein Island, and have your ass locked up down in there. I don't fucking know what happens. All I know is shit can happen. You gotta stay on your guard. You know what I mean? Talk to your people. Make sure your family, everybody's cool. Stay in your city. Stay around with people you know. You know what I mean? Don't be trying to be a hero. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll get you blown up. Unless you know what you're doing. Then you know your surroundings. Then you go ahead. I have friends that saw guns in the middle of the night and knew that there was no clip in the gun from 30 yards away. And I'm like, how? And the dude was in the middle of the field brandishing a gun. He's like, oh, man, I think I seen the bottom of it barely. Like, it's crazy how some people, you just in certain situations, you just know. Maybe it's a divine intervention where you just know, like, hey, I can do whatever it is. Like somebody robbing you, you just, you can take them. You know what I mean? You just no. And then sometimes, sad cases, you end up like people, not to bring in negativity, but there's a lot of people who done tried and failed. Just like a person who goes to karate class, get out in a street fight and try to take a stance and do some lame karate punch and get mopped up. He tried his thing. He was brave. He relied on his strategy and it failed. And then there's a lot of times where, a person with karate skill will do the stance and knock you out. Give you one good punch to the stomach that you was not expecting. And so it goes both ways, but once you enter the game, you're going to get the rewards of up or down. And that's what Trump is doing. He basically is entering the game. He's starting to talk about hot topics, and fortunately he's losing these topics. He talks about ups and downs. He's going down because the things that he talks about provides a negative reaction to the people who hear it. Because there's the thing is, like, intelligent people who understand what he's saying. You really understand. Yeah, we understand. But the other people, the people who don't like him and the people who really like him, so you have the spectrum, and you have people who really like him and people who really don't like him. Those are the people who are going to get the different message, and those are the ones going to be like, ooh, it's green light time. So if we get another 4 years of this, yeah, I imagine the little furnace thing, little accordion looking thing when people are pumping it, that thing. Yeah, I imagine those things when Trump is talking right now. He just flaming the fires. So we're gonna see what happens. All we can do is listen. So be aware. Like I said, stay with your people, and catch me on the next video. Peace.